Okay, so I have the chart pulled up for the new moon in Leo that we have coming up today on July 24th, 2025. I'm recording this at 3:14 in the morning, so it hasn't quite gotten to the new moon yet. But let's take a look at what we got here because this is a very unique full moon, or sorry, new moon that we have here. We've got Neptune and Saturn conjunct over here in Aries, and they're both retrograde right now. This is a lot of responsibility and limitations and rules and everything here with Saturn. And then we have Neptune about the dreams and sometimes things that we just can't quite see clearly. Mercury's also retrograding right now, so it's bringing up a lot of interesting news stories, especially with it being opposing Pluto. But back to Neptune and Saturn, they're also trining the moon and sun right now for the full moon. And they're sextiling Uranus. Uranus is also sextiling the sun and moon here. So this is extra energy and surprise and electricity being put into the mix here. And we're opposing Pluto, so whatever this is going to be something that's going to be shaking people to the core. Because that's what Pluto's all about, is getting down to the core of the matter. And so yeah, for the new moon, this is a very potent new moon here. Also with Pluto, I think this can open things up a lot. You know, Pluto is trine Uranus, so Uranus is making some very nice, these are mostly positive aspects here in the chart today. So I'm excited to see what this is going to open up and bring. I do more natal chart synastry, which is comparing charts of people in relationships. That's more my forte. But this is still very interesting and very potent. I'm going to be excited to see what it does. So now let me get on to the tarot readings for the new moon in Leo for all 12 signs. Okay, so this is going to be for the new moon in Leo for Aries, sun, moon, and rising, just to get a little forecast peek at what you can expect coming up over the next couple of weeks as we're planting the seed here with the new moon in Leo. And this is a very potent new moon with all of the heavy hitting planetary aspects. Okay, so we got the Ten of Pentacles here. We're already starting off with the pretty good base with the Ten of Pentacles, having that stability. Page of Swords, there's going to be a lot of communication opening up. We need to be mindful that we're communicating in clear and direct manners. Sometimes things can get misconstrued and accidentally cause arguments. The Emperor reversed. This is about responsibilities and not handling responsibilities. I think that sometimes this can be a time, I don't want to say planting a seed for not handling responsibilities, but maybe planting a seed and drawing some clear boundaries here about not taking on more responsibilities so that we're not getting overwhelmed and we're able to handle what we do have on our plate, because it already looks like we got a significant amount on our plate here with the Ten of Pentacles. So this is what I'm getting just for a little mini reading here for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Now let's see what we get for Taurus. For Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, with Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, we're starting off with the Page of Wands. Lots of nice, expansive communication popping up here. We could be getting some good news too. Remember, pages are the news bearers. Ace of Swords reversed. And this is extra kind of meaningful here, with it being a new moon and an ace, which is a seed planting. These are both seed plantings, the new moon and the aces. You know, planting a seed for something. Having it reversed here, I'm going to take this as planting the seeds to calm down conflict, because swords represent conflict, and having it reversed here, instead of taking it as planting a seed that conflict's going to be getting out of control, we're planting a seed to nip it in the bud so that conflict doesn't grow. And then we got the Four of Pentacles reversed here. I've always called this one the reversed miser card. You know, we're able to open up, we're able to share our resources with others and helping others out. And I think this is important here. We're calming down conflict, we're growing, we're sharing. It's going to be a nice little time for you, Taurus. Okay, now let's see what we get here with Gemini. For the new moon in Leo here, for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, cutting the cards. And laying them out. Six of Cups, friendship. This can be hanging out with old friends from childhood, people that you've known for a long time, or just spending some time with friends and enjoying childhood-like games of silliness. And Eight of Cups reversed. This is really going to be spending time around people that you enjoy. Eight of Cups reversed. This is, I've always seen this one too, is opening up to emotions, and you know, we're acknowledging our emotional bonds. We're not turning our back on them. We're facing them. We're working with them. The Magician reversed. Okay, I don't like sounding like a doom and gloom reader, but with all of these good feelings and everything here, I think this is planting a seed to be careful of other people's motivations towards us, because the Magician reverse, this can sometimes represent very manipulative energy, because the Magician has their tools, they have the knowledge to make changes that they want to have, but they're not using their energies for the greater good. So spending time with friends, acknowledging the emotional bonds, but just make sure that people aren't trying to manipulate you or paint you into a corner. And, you know, maybe even check your own motivations when it comes to others, and try to do things for the greater good of all. So that's what I got here for Gemini. Now, after Gemini, we're going to do Cancer here. Let's see what I get coming up with Cancer for the new moon in Leo. Four of Pentacles. Okay, this might be, you know, the astrology is supposed to be an exciting time, but what I'm seeing here with Cancer, this looks like it's still going to be conserving your energy and your resources to yourself and not putting out a lot of straightforward effort. You know, we're conserving our energy. We are moving along because nothing can stay the same. But I think part of Chariot reversed here, maybe not try to go into things with too many preconceived notions of the exact direction or like the exact destination that you want to go in, but allowing things to free form a little bit more and see what does come out. Knight of Swords reversed here. We don't always have to make sense of things. We don't always have to be straight and logical or straightforward and logical about things. You can have fun, get creative. So that's what I'm getting for Cancer. Just keep your resources and everything to yourself right now. This is some time for you just to kick back and not worry about how things are supposed to look. You know, kick the preconceived notions out the door and just allow things to freeform and see what happens. Okay, so next is for Leo, for the new moon in Leo. Let's see what we're getting here with Leo. Shuffling the cards, focusing on Leo. Okay. The Fool reversed, Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords. Okay. Getting back to something that you know, because the Fool reversed, we're starting something again, but we already have a pretty good idea of what to expect because we've been around the block before. The Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords. This is a conflict, very stressful conflict. With Ten of Swords, this is also the peak in conflict. And although it can look, you know, kind of scary, this is, we're going and confronting something that we already have an idea of. We know it's going to be stressful, but with the Ten of Swords, this is the last bit of conflict, meaning that it's not going to be getting any worse than this. After this time, then we're going to be able to shift and focus more on healing. This is about getting everything out in the open so that we can move forward in a mature, caring, and loving manner where we're being more emotionally responsible and not feeling so just drawn out and sad. You know, a lot of times the Nine of Swords here is just someone sitting in bed crying. This time we got our hands on either side of our head, just pushing and squeezing because our head's feeling like it's about to pop. But the stress is going to be over soon, and then we're going to be able to focus on being more calm and loving and surrounding ourselves with the calm, loving, and nurturing energy. And being very mature about it. So, Leo, even though this time doesn't look like it's going to be all great and roses and everything, you're going to be ending this cycle. Going to be able to put this to bed. So you're not going to be having to deal with this anymore. So that's what I got coming up for Leo. Okay, now for Virgo. Let's see what we get there. And for Virgo, for new moon and Leo. Okay. Oh, Knight of Cups. We got action and love, strength. Emperor reversed again. Okay, so we're not trying to take on more responsibilities at this time. But the Knight of Cups, Knights are always about action, physically taking action and making things happen. And cups are about emotion, so we're always sharing emotion, expressing our emotion in physical ways. Doing little things for others to show that we care. Hugs. They can even be big, grand gestures, especially here with strength. Something else about the Knight of Cups and Strength card here together like this, reminding me of that Johnny Cash song, I Walk the Line. You know, we're behaving because the inner power here of strength, you know, has to do with our inner power of what we're, you know, our moral fortitude. You know, when we overcome things with that willpower, that mind over matter, and behaving ourselves over this. That's just something that I'm getting here with that. And then Emperor reverse, yeah, back to we're not worrying about taking on more responsibilities for others. We're not allowing others to necessarily lean on us and pull us down. We're just focusing on ourselves, but we are being extremely kind and loving towards others. So that's what I got for Virgo for this time. Okay, now we're going to Libra. Let's see what we get with Libra for the new moon in Leo. Okay. Oh, Magician right side up. Three of Wands reversed and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, we had the Magician earlier, but this time it's right side up, so going to be making things happen that you want to have happen. This is also, I'm taking it here, Three of Wands reversed. You know how to work around your obstacles. You know how to make your obstacles non-obstacles and your problems non-problems. And I also feel we're starting off on new ways and new paths here. Even though with the Ace of Pentacles and we're starting something new, you know, we're not necessarily expecting this to be the end-all be-all. We're just starting something new more for experimental sake. So that's what I'm getting here for Libra. Making the changes that you need to have made in your life, but you know it's not going to be the end. It's just another wonderful part of the journey. Okay, so now for Scorpio. Let's see what we get with Scorpio. Okay, for new moon in Leo for Scorpio. Queen of Cups reversed, Wheel of Fortune reversed, and the Moon reversed. Queen of Cups reversed. Sometimes this can be when we're feeling emotionally disconnected, or we're not using our emotions for the greater good. I usually see Queen of Cups as, kind of being in a bit of a shallow place emotionally. So I'm taking this as more being emotionally disconnected or feeling emotionally run down. Having it next to the Wheel of Fortune reversed, this is only going to be increasing things in a positive direction. We're going to be able to turn this around. And having the Moon reversed here for the third card here, I'm taking this as a lot of sadness. There's something about this too that makes me feel like, maybe y'all are feeling a bit out of sorts from being gaslit, because the Moon reversed, we're shining light on things and we're finally seeing things for exactly what they are, not what other people or other influences may be trying to color them as, or trying to get us to see them as. So that's what I'm going to go with for Scorpio. Is this really looks like it's going to be bringing some clarity, getting you out of a stuck place, and bringing clarity where you're feeling better and able to be in a healthier place. So now let's see what we get coming up for Sagittarius for the new moon in Leo. And for Sagittarius, we got 9 of Wands, the 2 of Pentacles reversed, and King of Swords reversed. With the 9 of Wands, we're very close to having things done, but we're also feeling very tired because we've been working very hard for a long time. And on that note, I need a drink. Okay, so we're tired. We've been working hard for a long time. 2 of Pentacles reversed. We've been having a lot of difficulty trying to keep the balance. And in fact, some ways with the 2 of Pentacles reversed, it's like we're not even trying to keep the balance anymore. And we've got all these other things that we weren't focusing on when we were trying to keep the balance that are coming up that we have to pay attention to. So Sagittarius, this looks like you've got a lot on your plate for this new moon here in Leo. With the King of Swords reversed too, this can be maybe dealing with people that aren't being straight with you. Because King of Swords reversed, he's not always a nice person. He's not very empathetic. Not responsible. With pulling some more cards out here. So Sagittarius, for this time, I'm just going to say be rather quiet. Stay mentally focused on what you want to get done and your goals that you're trying to accomplish. But I think we need to pace ourselves, because there's something here with the Page of Swords reversed. The communication isn't being straightforward. And then we have High Priestess in the outcome. She's keeping her secret. So I think with this is a little indicator here for Sagittarius to keep your secrets. You still have more information coming in that you need to get before you're going to be making your final decisions about things. And it's not going to be now. So for this time, Sagittarius, I'm just going to say pace yourself and keep your secrets to yourself. Okay, now let's see what we get coming up with Capricorn. for the new moon in Leo. This is going to be for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, Ten of Pentacles. Got that nice stability there again. And the Hierophant. Things moving along nice and orderly. And Two of Wands reversed. Not sweating the small stuff. You're not letting things hold you down. And Hierophant being here, you know, you're focused on tradition. It looks like things are just chugging along as normal for you here, Capricorn. The Two of Wands reversed, you know, maybe letting go of some things that you wanted in the past so that you can move towards other things that you want. A little bit of a shift there, a little bit of reevaluating, but you're still not coming to any conclusions or making any changes quickly here. And things look like they're going to stay stable. Also with the Hierophant, maybe understanding things a little bit more, because sometimes this can be like going to church, you know, paying attention to the preachers a bit more, or this can be the leader that's above the emperor, you know, that kind of religious leader. Seeking out and understanding the higher truth, staying within the rules and boundaries that are set down by society. That's what I've got for Capricorn. Okay, now let's see what we got coming up for Aquarius for this Leo new moon. Two of Wands reversed. Once again, we're kind of letting go of some things here. Ooh, very nice, Aquarius. Letting go of things. Don't discuss money with others. I'm getting that here with Page of Pentacles. And then the Sun, the best card we could ask for. What I'm being reminded of here when I look at this is that sometimes we got to let go of things that are holding us back, putting down boundaries so that we're not allowing negative energies to be coming into our life, so that we can allow more positive energy to flow into our life. This is what this looks like for you for this part here, because this is the best we can get. And it's letting go of a lot of that negatives and keeping your counsel to yourself here. We're not telling others about what's going on with our finances. Also, if you're getting news from others in regards to finances here, Aquarius, be a little bit cautious or maybe skeptical, you know, maybe double check things. Don't accept things at face value. That's what I got here for Aquarius. And now Pisces. Let's see what we got coming up here for Pisces. For the new moon in Leo, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Knight of Wands, Ten of Wands reversed. A lot of growth and action here, making things happen in regards to partnership. You and your partner need to stay close together. Page of Pentacles reversed. I don't want to speculate about this one too much because I feel like you and the partnership is pretty close. But the both of you need to be cautious once again, because we had this in the last spread. The Page of Pentacles reversed. Sometimes this can be unexpected bad news when it comes to money and finances. And be careful of what others tell you on this. It looks like it's going to be a very quick influence. You and your partner will be able to overcome this. That's if you are partnered up with someone. Ten of Wands isn't always partnership, but sharing the load, sharing the burden with someone, that you're not taking everything on all by yourself. And you are going to make a lot of progress this month, but this feels like it's going to be a little bit of a hiccup for a while, maybe a little temporary snag here. So pay attention to that, and you hopefully will be able to sidestep it and avoid it. And I don't think it'll hold you up too much, but yeah, this is going to be beautiful even with the little snag here. Pulled a Ten of Cups for this. You guys will reach your goal for bigger and better things, and to have the happy stability and emotional security. And I want to thank you for watching my video. I'm not really used to doing videos. I think it's probably showing. I think this is like the second one I've ever tried doing in my life. So I'm sure if I keep doing it, I'll get better at it. And I just need to keep doing it so I get better at it. And if you like what you see, you know, subscribe, click the little notification bell, because I do need to keep making more videos and getting them out there for y'all, and that'll help motivate me. So thank you, take care, and I look forward to reading some comments and asking me some other questions and give me some more ideas of things that I can read on. I do better with open-ended direct questions. So, looking forward to it. Take care.